I'm here at this year's Singapore Airshow. It's a show that's held every 2 years, and this year they're actually celebrating the 10th edition of the Singapore Airshow. I've got my media pass, so I'm going to do what I can today in this video to show you all around the airshow, all the static exhibits, the big aircraft they've got down here in Singapore, the airshow that's happening a little bit later on this morning, and inside the exhibition hall, having a look at some of the new aviation tech that's currently coming out. There's also one aircraft here that I absolutely did not expect to see here. I have flown it before, but I didn't think it was actually allowed outside of the country that it was manufactured in, but it's here today. So we'll go find that shortly. There are two very amazing and highly capable Gulfstream aircraft here at the show this year. The G500 that's behind me at the moment, that was launched, I think it was 2018 that one was launched. The very new G700, which is behind me at the moment. Now both incredibly capable private business jets. Both cruise up in ridiculous flight levels, up to flight level 510. And I'm lucky enough that as a media person here at the event, I get to have a look inside the aircraft. And in particular, I'm going to try and focus on what the cockpit's like. Good morning. How are you? How are you? Thanks, Kylie.
Good. How are you?
Are you all right if I hop in the left
please.
seat?
It's really intuitive. It's a little bit like Garmin. This is our flight plan page. So usually we have a data link request for our flight plan. We put the recall number in here, hit send, and then it uploads the flight plan. We set our cruise speeds. So this one's set for a 300 knot climb and a Mach 0.9 cruise speed.
Have you got a preferred cruising level, flight levels that you find operates more efficiently in? The smooth one. Yeah, it's always the smooth one.
Typically 41, 43 is where we start. If we're heavy and we're trying to go fast, we might have to start at 39. If we're doing Mach 0.85, which is our long-range cruise, we can go to 43,000 right off the bat.
It is.
Do you have a desk in your airplane?
I do not have a desk. Can we see the desk? I don't have a desk. I can hardly fit a sandwich on my lap when I'm trying to fly across the desert.
Run electronically, so they have little motors in the bottom, and when we move the side stick, the motors move, and it works through the data concentration network.
So pilot, co-pilot are both feeling the same movement at the same time. It's a very nice design of the center console as well, but this is very clean.
It is very clean.
And a heads-up display. Do you like using it?
Yeah.
Man, I'd love to fly with one of those.
Heads up chunky now.
Take it?
Yeah, fantastic. I'll take it, of course. All right, thank you. I won't take up too much of your time. But yeah, that's fascinating. I would stay here all day. And now up here on the media balcony, I'm very lucky to be able to get this kind of access. This is just halfway up the control tower. Control tower's just up there above my head. And now the air show over the water is about to start. So this is the second of a couple of trade days that they do here at the Singapore Airshow. Like many air shows nowadays, where you have the first couple of days which are for military, trade delegates, and then the second part in Singapore that happens to be over the weekend for the members of the public. And there's a bigger airshow display during the public days and less of a focus on sort of looking at the static displays and the aircraft on the ground like there are on the trade days that you have at the moment. The nice thing about the Singapore Airshow as well is it's incredibly multicultural. So there are aircraft from many different countries here, but it's not actually the biggest airshow in terms of the footprint. Now, if you can see around me, you can see the military area behind me. There's some commercial over to this side. That's the COMAC C909. We'll talk about that in a second. That's behind me. And then there's an exhibition hall in the far distance, the control tower, which looks after the airshow itself. But that's kind of it. I mean, there's a few corporate tents at the end as well. It's not the largest airshow in terms of footprint, but there is quite a lot of interesting hardware here nonetheless, which we're going to go take a look at now, including this. If you're Australian, get ready to see more of these aircraft in our skies in the next couple of years. Not necessarily the Starlux branded one, obviously, but this is the A350-1000. The same aircraft that Qantas are going to be bringing online for Project Sunrise, their non-stop flights between London and Sydney and New York. They should start coming into Australia towards the end of 2026, but when non-stop services actually start hasn't been announced yet. But it still blows my mind to think that very soon we are going to be seeing the A350-1000 ULRs travelling all the way from London to Sydney non-stop. To think that you'll be able to go from the east coast of Australia to London without refuelling, and to think that that's going to become routine in the next couple of years' time, still blows my mind. It's amazing. This is the main sort of military area that I'm in the middle of at the moment. This is where the Republic of Singapore are showing off some of their military might. You've got the, forgot what it was, the F-15 that's behind me at the moment. That will be an F-16. They've got the big A330 there in the background, and the Chinook. This is the classic Apache AH-64 attack helicopter. Now, I've seen this at air shows in the past. We actually had one of these down at Avalon, but I've never seen all of the potential armaments and ammunition that this aircraft actually can hold and deploy laid out neatly in front of it like they have done here in Singapore. It's a little bit confronting, I suppose, but I guess it's a testament to what the capabilities of this helicopter actually are. This A330 behind me is a refueling A330. It's an air tanker, so it's obviously used for helping other aircraft stay airborne when required. This is the refueling unit actually on the back of the aircraft as well that you can see, which gets deployed, comes down, other aircraft pull up behind it, they get refueled in the air, and off they go about their business. Embraer are making some waves with their E2 jets. If you've watched my channel for a bit, you might have seen Virgin Australia have got brand new Embraer E190 E2s. Behind me is a very similar but slightly different variant of that, which is the E195 E2. This one being operated by Hunu Air, a Mongolian airline, and it's not actually available to look inside, so unfortunately we can't go and have a look inside the cabin. But if you want to see what it's like inside the E190 E2, I'll link that video from Virgin Australia down below. So not one aircraft, but two aircraft I was not expecting to see here in Singapore at all are the C909 and the C919, which are both aircraft developed by a company called COMAC, a Chinese company who basically developed these using parts and services from other manufacturers around the world. But the aircraft have been assembled and are operating within China and also out on certain routes into Hong Kong as well. And what's interesting is these aircraft, when I flew the C919 on a trip from Hong Kong over to Shanghai, the C919 wasn't at that point certified to fly outside of mainland China and Hong Kong. So I'd imagine the certification has been extended, but I need to dig into how and why that's actually the case. Notice as well that COMAC actually have a third aircraft here though, so they got two C909s. Yeah, it's great to see it here at the air show. First time I've seen one of these outside of China or Hong Kong. Looks like these are sort of 3D printed soccer balls, basically, which have got a drone inside, and then the objective is to fly it to your opponent's end of the little soccer pitch that they have here in the netting and get it through the little hoop. A bit like soccer meets aviation technology meets Quidditch. As well as the C909 and 919 that we saw outside, COMAC here in their stand have actually got a mock-up of the C929 wide-body jet, so rivaling probably your 787 Dreamliners and A350s. The 929 is just their next step along the route of having a whole raft of aircraft to cover all use case scenarios, with the 909 being the regional jet, 91 their narrow body, 92 is their wide body, 939 will be the ultra long range version of the wide body, and potentially the 949, which would be their supersonic jet. So, excuse me, the 929, can you tell me when it will actually be in production?
Actually, we don't have a specific timetable.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
all
under
right.
design right now.
But are you looking maybe the next sort of 5-10 years that you would think?
Don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, no worries. Thanks very much. There you go. The official response from COMAC on when the 929 will be in production is we don't know. I guess it's early. It's still in the drawing board concept phase at the moment. Daniel, hello again.
Hey, how you going, Steven?
Daniel and I flew the Bell 429 when Daniel was demoing the 429 down in Australia. But behind us, you've got a slightly different aircraft. What is this?
Yeah, so this is the Bell 505. For those that know helicopters a little, Bell's been pretty famous with the Bell Jet Ranger, so that was the Bell 206. We no longer produce that, so this is really what we created as the new Bell Jet Ranger, and it's called the Jet Ranger X, but really in the industry now it's just known as the 505. It's 5 seats, so what we've got is traditional helicopter controls, cyclic, collective and the pedals, and now the nice glass cockpit. The windows and the doors are just all glass. You've got so much visibility with this helicopter. With the modern technology, obviously glass cockpit, you've also got dual channel FADEC engines as well, or engine I should say. Back in the day, you might be a little bit worried about starting a turbine engine and you're sort of thinking, oh, I hope it doesn't, over temperature, and you're sort of playing with it to try and start it.
Yeah,
These days, it's really just turn the button and go, so
Wow,
really
make that
nice.
easy.
So you've got the traditional cargo area here in the back as well. And this realistically goes all the way across, so plenty of space in there. Ox fuel in there as well, so if you want a little bit of extra distance, there is an ox fuel tank that we can put in the aircraft as well. I've flown 60 or 70 hours in this now, and just jetting up and down the east coast of Australia, taking it to a show here or there, and it's heaps of fun to fly too. So I honestly, it's very powerful, and heaps of visibility, and just get up and run. It's lots of fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
And with those Garmin G1000s, IFR capable as well?
So the aircraft's all IFR capable,
Yep.
but for single engine helicopters there's not a great deal of those globally that are certified IFR. The 505 is actually currently in a competition for what's called Flight School Next, and that is for the US Army, and they're going to rejuvenate their military pilot training for their US Army rotary pilots. They'll want to have it IFR certified as well, so you could see this aircraft certified single pilot, single engine IFR in the near future.
Nice to see you.
Cheers, mate.
Well, that ends my day at the Singapore Airshow 2026. Thank you as always for watching. I do appreciate your support here on the channel. Tell me though, what was your favourite aircraft?